have to support the center. And I want to say that very clearly. Supporting the center isn't an easy job, but it's important. So first, we can do it by developing the pieces, like Labordone did it with knight c3. And then once we actually get to support the center with a move like knight c3, we'd like to advance it. Knight f6 and d5. Knight e5, then d exchange and takes. As you can see, White was able to break before Black gets quite the easy development. And in some way, that's a good thing. So White surely pushed up, then he moves the queen to f3. He exchanges to create double pawns in front of Black, and Black made a mistake to exchange the queens, which is something you never want to do when you experience some more permanent damages. Like if you're ever going to have pawn weaknesses like double pawns, or like you're going to be a piece down, the last thing you want to do is to exchange queens or exchange pieces, because that's just going to help your opponent. You know, it's not going to help you. And so after queen takes f6, queen takes f6, g takes f6, the question goes, and it is, what is the best thing that White should do right now? Now I want you to take a second. We're going to talk now about planning in the endgame. Something that's quite a bit different from the other stages of planning. We have planning in the opening, in which we set up the pieces in good squares. We have planning in the middle game, which I already gave you an idea on how to do it. Like we could think of, you see, like the area of the board. We could evaluate the weaknesses and all that. But what about planning in the end game? Let's think about that right now. How should White plan up from this position? I know that many players are going to recommend King E2, right, Valerie? I mean, the king has got to be on the center. The problem is that if we put the king on the center, Black could maybe give a check or deliver some problems. We don't want to have our king go at a square where it will be vulnerable. If there are only less than 3 pieces on the board, we could consider that the king will be safe if it's more advanced. In other occasions, I recommend that you don't do that. See, my suggestion is that you hide the king. And that's exactly what Labordone did. He made a long castles in this position. Because after long castles, we could have the ability to play a move of rook f1, and we could concentrate on a move like king to c2, and then we could go under the move of, you see, the pawn up to f4. And, of course, after that kind of move, then there could be an exchange on e5, and even a chance to play with the move of f takes d, and then a move of pawn up to the d6. So, that is very important. And this is like the whole idea that you have to keep in mind. So just this is a good thing. Long castles, Black played bishop takes f2, rook hf1, bishop to f3, and then after king c2, rook g8, g3 is what actually took place in this position. And Black plays rook g6. So we got the castle. White sacrificed the pawn, but he actually activated his pieces. So now the question is what to do next. What to do in this position. It's very interesting. Take your time. Now, White has a good game, but anybody can get a good game. It's not just about having a good game. It's about getting an advantage out of this good game, getting to push the opponent. And so, in fact, what is really interesting out there is that we just want to follow up and concentrate on actually gaining the space, getting the possibilities, and start with the worst placed pieces all the time. What is the worst placed piece in this moment? The worst placed piece turns out to be the knight on c3. It really is. We realize that this knight has nothing to do. It's backward, it's behind, it's horrible. We can't do that. We can't afford to let that be. So White chose